Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 31st of January. 1 month already flew by, which is crazy. This is Floss Tube 261. This is the one where I feel like I'm really slouchy. It's weird. I don't know. I wear this thing sometimes. But today, I don't know. It's sticking to this t-shirt. And then the t-shirt looks wrinkly in the front, and I've been having war with it ever since I sat down here. I didn't notice it before I sat down here, but ever since I sat down here, we're having a fight. So I'll probably be more fidgety and wiggly than usual because I'm fighting with these shirts. But this week, I feel like an underachiever. There were 2 nights that I didn't even stitch this week. I don't know. I just haven't felt 100%. And I've had 2 doctor's appointments to take Mama to this week. And so, that's always kind of, that's a fight. Because she always says she don't want to go. And then you kind of have to talk her into going and all. And things are just, we knew it was coming, right? We knew it was coming. Things just get harder and harder. She didn't want to leave her, her little place and to go anywhere. And so it just gets, you just kind of have to talk her into, kind of prod her into, going and doing. So, and you feel, I feel bad. I hate to make her do something she don't want to do, but she has to go with the doctor and the podiatrist and all this. No, the podiatrist wasn't there. They'd had an emergency and they said they left me a message. I couldn't find a message, but that's okay. Everybody has emergencies. So we just rescheduled her for the next week, the 7th. So, it's just been one of those weeks. I got a fever blister. It's just been, I did get my nails done and they're super fun. I like them. They're all Valentine-y. So that was super fun. On Monday, I think I did that. I was like, okay, I'm going to get some fun nails and have some fun fingernails. And so I love them. They're super fun. So that was a yes. Schoolhouse Rock evidently had a lot of love, not just me. I think there were like 12 or 15 of y'all that said Schoolhouse Rock's rocked. And Kimberly, yes, I remember the afternoon specials. I hadn't thought about them in a long time. And I'm sitting here and I couldn't remember if Benji was one or there was one about a rat or a mouse and maybe its name was Ben. So if anybody else, if that clicks any boxes, but I was getting ready to film and I didn't do any of my questions and answers and I haven't done my mail yet. So thank y'all for being so patient. I will get it out probably tomorrow, but I have not got any of that done. It has been, just like I said, a cuckoo week. I got to have Catchy on Tuesday after school. He came home with me. Bebe had to work really late at the hospital. Both wings on the children's hospital were full and they had 200 in the emergency room the night before. So she knew it was going to be a madhouse and that she was going to probably be late leaving. And then I think she ran by and took some food to Keely. They had the fine wools and the medium wools lambs at the stock show, the Fort Worth stock show. The fat stock show is what we call it here. So she ran some food by to him and then came on in and got Catchy. So he and I did a ton of playing. But I think it was about like 8:30. So that by that time, and he and I have been doing brain breaks and all the things, I did not trust myself to stitch at all that night. I was like, No, you would just make a mess. So I didn't stitch on Tuesday, and I didn't stitch on Wednesday. That was the day I took Mom to the doctor. And it was just rough all the way around. So I didn't stitch on Wednesday either. I just kind of sat and stared for the rest of the day when I finally got back to the house. So it is what it is. This was my underachiever week. But Brittany's gone at school, so she's having a great time. They're in I think the Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands. And she FaceTimed or messengered the kids at school. And so I was able to take them around and they could see the beach and the ocean and see her there. And they loved that, getting to see where she was and all, because I showed them a picture of her on the plane on Tuesday when they were on their way. And then she called while we were in class. And so they got to talk to her. And while she's been gone, my Annie, my stepmom, has been filling in as my sub for Brittany. So that's been super fun that I've got to spend the last Tuesday, Thursday with Annie. And I'll get to spend the next Tuesday, Thursday with Annie. So that's great. We did get great news. Daddy's lung biopsies came back. It was non-cancerous. Thank you, Jesus. It is that weird fungal bacterial. It's a spore in there again. And he does have asthma, and he's had the cancer treatment, so his lungs are very weak. But that was going on. I think that was in there when we started all this too. So it's just been real weird that he has this yucky in his lung. And they said, he could have had it in there a long time, and it just it's been what's breaking everything down and making it weaker and weaker. So it is back in there, and that's what they saw, that they wanted to go in and do the biopsies and make sure there wasn't, any cancer or anything. And so it is back, and it's just that. So they got him on 2 kinds of steroid, huge doses. So hopefully he'll get to sleep sometime in the next, 90 days or something. Yes, he'll be on it for a long time. So that's the problem with it when he takes it. He doesn't sleep or anything. CJ has been doing, he and his buddy did the 30-day no drink, no alcohol challenge. So his 30 days today, and he said he's gonna go for 90. And I think his buddy called him on day like 9 or 7, and said something, please tell me. And he said, no, I haven't. Why? And he goes, because I have. He was like, I don't think we can be friends. And CJ was like, look, dude, we have to keep being friends because one of us has to hold the line. So in Tony's defense, he does work in the alcohol industry. So, that does make it harder. So yeah, so he decided he would do that challenge and has been doing that. Mike and the girls had 100, this was 100 day of school or something. So Kimi is dressed up like a little old lady, hilarious, with her glasses and her hair, bun with kind of sprayed gray. And she has like a loose dress on with a cardigan over it, and her long pearls and her tights and sneakers and her cane. It was hilarious. And then Aria and her friend, it was dress up as your favorite character day. And so her and her little friend were thing 1 and thing 2. So it was hilarious. So they were so cute this morning. Like Cassie spent 2 days at the Fat Stock Show and loved it. He has little cousins. One baby's, well, I guess they're maybe second cousins, but they're like around his age, and he loves playing with them. And they're also in the sheep business. And so their shepherd is the little boy, and I can't think what the other one's name is, but he loves when he gets to see them. So he went up there on Wednesday, and they were thinking he'd, you know, be at school on Thursday, but he had such a good time, he wanted to go back and play with them another day. And so they took him back another day, so he had all the fun. So we've had a great week around here, except for just being pooped. We just don't hold up like we used to. It's just sad times. Sad, sad times. But I did get some stitching done, and I am happy with what I got done. I just wish I'd have got some more done. This is our We the People Sal. It's by the Salty Stitcher. Christy. Hello, Christy. She also had out another video this week that I have not got to watch yet. I used to have all the time at home by myself. Now I don't have that anymore. Everybody be messing up on my time, and I don't need that. Oh my gosh, this is me being a maniac on both sides. Okay, I was going to put our thing here, but then I started scrabbling another one on it. Under it, we're table 24, We the People Sal. So we're all going to finish it up at StitchCon. She gives, this is Ada friendly. She gives the back stitch for Ada instructions. So it's stitched over one on the cover, but inside there are back stitches for these words. So it is Ada friendly, completely Ada friendly. So I made some more progress on I think I just had one line of blue and white stars, and I think they stopped right there. And so I finished off, this is where the blue stops. And so I did this row, and I started on this one. So I did get some more of it done. And I got another row of white. I don't know if you can, there they go. You can kind of see them there. So I got another row of my white done too. I just need to come down and fill in with the blue. So I was super happy with that. One of those nights when I was tired, I should have picked this up and just went down here. I forgot that I had done those white and that I could have just filled in that blue. But my brain, that tells you how bad my brain wasn't working, because I could have very easily just filled in that line around the white stars, and that would have been super easy. But my brain was so tired, it forgot that I had that done. So sad times. And like I said, I'm going to do a little gray back stitch around, all the way around mine. A little dark gray. I don't think I'll do black. I think I'll probably just do a dark gray, just to set it off from my fabric. This is by Fabric Flair. There it is over here. Because it's easier to show you, because then you can just stop the camera. And if you want to get this, I did T-dunk mine, so it's really white. It's Americana Stars Confetti by Fabric Flair. This is the 32 count even weave. It does come in other counts. So it is super cute fabric, and I love it on here because it's gonna make a little something around the outside. Trailer park goes around the outside. There you go. That's my brain. But I love, love, love it. And there you can see more of the stars showing. So I did get some done on it. But like I said, I really wish I'd have remembered that I could have just filled in that one. And so one of those stitching nights, I would have made more progress and not felt, because it makes me sad. I love my stitching. And so if I don't stitch a knot because I think I'm too tired and I'm just gonna make a mess of something, it makes me sad that I didn't get any stitching done. I'm like, well, that stinks. And here are our beautiful colors. And this is from a beautiful stitchy friend who we met in the lobby as we were leaving, Stitch West. If you will comment or email me or something so I can let people know you make these, because these are fabulous. And I love this thing. There's a little thing for you to put extra needles in. Or if you use the little bob ends or anything like that, you can put those in there. You can put a needle threader in there. And then it has, little places for your needles to stick in here and keep your, I've got it down too low, good Lord. You can stick your needles in, and then you can put your, your floss in between the others. I love this thing. So I'm so sorry that in my fear of going to the airport and having trauma, because I have trauma at the airport always. Because like I said, I'm like a monkey on crack or something. We all know it's true. I always have issues in the airport. And Patty's over there going, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. She got TSA pre-check and still caused a problem. That's me. I'm such an issue. I am not. And one of y'all, let me see. Oh, Zippy 12. I would love to buy the Stitch Niche. But let me tell you what would, within no time, be out of business, because it would probably be empty, because it would sell out of everything and I would have forgotten to order something. If I could just sit in there and visit with people and help them find their thread and match their fabric to the this and the this to the that, and visit with them and do things like that, I'd be there for it 100%. But doing the money and doing the ordering and any of, I guess they're administrative things, that ain't my jam. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. It is just not how my brain works. You have to have an orderly brain for that to work for you. And like for me to keep things running at my house, I have checklists. I have lists that I do every day. I have lists that I do every week. And I have lists that I do every month. And I have lists that I do like once a quarter, like this. And that's the only thing that, keeps like my brain working and keep my house working, because my brain, it don't work like that. So I guess maybe I could make a million lists. I don't know if that would work or not, but I would literally love to be in a stitchy shop all day and helping people pick out things and put things together and, talking to them about it. And that would be my dream. But the other part, I am not good at. I know I am not good at that at all. I'm bad at that, really bad. So, when James Williams dies, my kids are gonna have to come over here and, thank God they're a computer genius, because they're gonna have to come over here and, back engineer how to pay bills, or maybe he's left them a note somewhere. I don't know. Because if you think I know how this house works, now the stuff that is physically work, I know how to clean the pool. and empty the pool cleaner, you know, and this kind of stuff. And take out the trash. I can maintenance things way more than I'm sure lots of women can, but because I've had to be his helper all these years. So, you know, I can do that kind of stuff. But as far as pay the bills and that kind of stuff, not a clue. Not a clue. Because I would forget. I would forget and we'd come home and there'd be no lights. Because I forgot to pay the bill. It would be me. So, Zippy, if you know anybody that wants to run the hard part, let me know, because Lord have mercy, it would be a bad thing. It would get to the end of the day and they'd be like, well, did you go to the bank? Did you take the money out the register? I mean, literally last night I woke up at like, I don't know, 10:15. We had just laid down and I was nodding off and I was like, I forgot to check attendance, that all the kids were checked out, because we have a couple of parents, and especially when the grandparent picks up, that forgets to check. Brittany has that good brain. And so she checks every Tuesday and Thursday to be sure the kids are checked out. And I was like, oh my gosh, are all my kids checked out? Because there's a couple that never get checked out. And so one of those that was there today. One of them was out and one of them was there. And so I was like, and so I guess Elizabeth or somebody, before they leave, checks everybody's. So she must have done it for me. So I'm gonna have to tell her a super thank you on Thursday, because once again, that's not how my brain goes. It just ain't. It ain't my strong suit. It is not. Like I said, Patty in the airport, they travel all the time, and she got that good brain. And she's standing there on the other side of the TSA thing, and I've somehow managed to mess it up. And she's just standing there on the other side, so patiently, waiting for my idiocy to come to an end, because of course I have to get the pat down because I messed up. Because I also then go into crazy mode. When I realize I've done something wrong, then I'm like in panic mode. Like real panic mode. Like panic mode. And that's never good. That's never a good thing at all. So it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. James William would say, you can just breathe right now. No, I cannot. When I'm checking out at the store, I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe while I'm checking out at the store. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I cannot breathe while I'm checking out at the store. I cannot. It is so traumatic for me to check out at the store. I have years of growing up with my mother's money mismanagement that traumatized me. And when I go to check out, I am in panic mode. It don't matter if I'm buying a pack of gum or $300 worth of Christmas presents, or it don't matter. I'm in panic mode the entire time. Entire time. So then you're even more likely to mess something up. So it's just insane. It's insane. One time I tried to check out with my library card. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. But I did. Lucy V. Moore got some love. I love her so much. She is so beautiful. Patty is finished with hers. Patty is a good monogamous stitcher. So she gets her things done and goes to the next thing. I have, you know, the frog brain, so I'm here, there, and everywhere. She's gorgeous. I always say she's Needlework Press, but it says she's RSG Antiques and Needlework Press. So I always forget that part. But I got some more. I thought I would try to get to the center. She stops right, okay, where this folds here and changes to here. It's like that on the chart, and you know, you kind of look at it like that on the chart. And so that's what I thought I would do. I thought I would get about half, you know, this side, and then I would flip over and finish this half. So this is how my goal is going to be. So I've got just a few more of these to do. I'll come back and do my box stitch alphabet here, and then I will be in the names. So I'll put mamas and daddies and mine and sisters in there, and that'll be great because I will love that I have those in there. Then I'll be like super happy. So, and then the rest, the other side, it was just the rest of the alphabets and stuff and the little motifs. So it'll be nothing I'll have to like customize. So that side should go real fast. So I'm loving it. It is on, let's look right here. 32 count vintage country mocha linen. These are her colors. These are, I just got the called fors. She was so big. I was just like, you know, I ain't even gonna try to change anything out on this big a scale. I'm just gonna go with what she has. I think I may be missing the blue. I think when I ordered, they were out of the blue. So I think I still need, let's see what blue. The blue is the dot. So the blue is Gentle Arts Summer Shower. And I think they were out of it when I ordered everything. So I may have it in my, you know, stash in there. I need to go check. But that's the only thing that's missing. Everything else I just ordered all together. So I love her. I love that I put her back in the rotation. So I made a lot of progress on the little alphabet here. And I think I did a couple of these this week. If I was a smart person, I would take a picture every week. I wish I could go back and look in the video, but I'm notorious for not doing that. The only time I go back and look in the video is if one of y'all send me a question about it, or if I always have to go back to get the, you know, you have to go back, have to get the little share icon to go use in the pick a winner thing. So that's the only time I ever have to do that. So I do that, but it's right at the bottom, so I don't watch any of it. So there's that. I'll put you over here. Let's see, I can put you over here. I did get another big piece of foam core board to make some bigger. I went and grabbed it day before yesterday after I dropped Mimi back off. I was like, I gotta have some fun. So I knew I needed some stuff for the kids for Valentine. It's go. And so I went and got it at the Dollar Tree, just some little stamps and stickers and things and bigger bags. The school gives us bags, but there's no way our kids' stuff would fit in it because they all bring their little friends something, and it just won't fit in there because they send us like a, like a lunch sack from school, like that, and so there's no way. So we get the bags with the handles, just like a gift bag, and then they get to decorate. We just get a white one, and then they stamp it and put stickers on it and all this. And so I grabbed those and grabbed us some napkins, and so they'd have a Valentine napkin, and grabbed some tattoos for Brittany and I to give them Valentine tattoos, or with a little card on them, and pencils. So if any of y'all are looking for those, they do have them there, and they're like Paw Patrol and My Little Pony and Disney princesses and things like that. So, and kids love the little fake tattoos. So I got some for Catchy because he loves them at the gym. He'll take them to the gym when he goes to the gym with his mom and daddy. And he and the other little gym kids will be completely tatted up by the time their parents get through their workout. And I just think it's hilarious. It's just so funny that is, something that, and they see them on people all the time. Their parents have them, it just is what it is. And ours got stickers this week, and they wanted them on their neck. Of course, they didn't stay good and stuck very long, but I was like, baby, you sure you want that on your neck? Yeah, okay. So several of our boys had neck stickers. Oh, they're hilarious. So hilarious. I did get my clock finished on my Nutcracker. When I got it finished, it was pretty late in the evening, and so I did not trust myself to try to do the rest of the little French knots for the clock. They are the spacing of them is kind of tricky, and so I didn't feel like I could get them right that late at night. So I was like, I did the first one, and then I was trying to look at the second one, and I was like, oh, you might ought to leave that alone. These are the threads for it. I got the thread pack at Stitch-Con when I got my chart. Pam is working on this one. I don't think she's finished with it. I love it. They are gorgeous. Oh, you can't see the purple on this side. They're just so pretty. Let's see. We can get more of them that way. They're so pretty. I did not do mine on the call for fabric. I used 32 count Stormy Night Lugana. The called for on it is, and it is Ada friendly also, Lucy V. Moore. You'd have to do some adjusting because there is some over one on it. So you'd have to do some finagling on Lucy V. Moore if you wanted to do. And I'm sure somebody has probably done it, and you could reach out to them. Okay, they chose Freeze, F-R-I-E-Z-E by Atomic Ranch. 32 count. Which the Atomic Ranch, man, those guys were at Stitch West. I think they were at Stitch West, not Stitch Con. But their fabric was great. It's so cute. Like I said, it'll go to Keene since she danced her first Nutcracker last year. I love that she got to dance it with professional ballerinas, and it just, that makes me so happy. But the board is big enough for you to see it all this time, so you can, here it is far back. I finished the top of my little clock, and it has the little French knots, and let me see if I can get it up close enough you can see it, how they're so little. And they're just really hard to get them spaced right, because it's kind of, like an ellipse. It's not, you know, round. So it's kind of tricky, and they have them charted on there, you know, how you should do them. But you know, if you're not perfectly with your French knots, they'll kind of twist one way or another way. And because of that, he never changed that clock. Because of that, if you aren't super careful, they're gonna lay against each other, and then you're not gonna have the break in between. So I wanna be really careful with them. So I just pulled my thread up here and stopped. So I did my hands on the clock and did one little French knot, and I just left it there. But I love it. Can y'all see all of it? No. So there it is from far back. So adorable. And then I'll try to get it really up close to the clock face. It is so cute. The colors on it are really, really adorable in this. They chose such cute colors. Really adorable. I mean, from far back, I mean, it's just got a great choice of colors in there. It's not garish, but it is bright. And like, look at the little gingerbread cookie, or it looks exactly like an ice gingerbread cookie. I mean, perfect. So cute. So I am stinking loving this. I am just in love with it. I was not too sure that I was gonna love it, because things that, motif kind of things, I love that you have the joy of a little finish, but you also have to, like, the things aren't connected. So, you know, you have to be more diligent in your counting, which isn't my strong suit. But it has been great. There's not so much space in between that it's like super hard. Like, you feel like you can get off real easy. There's enough space in between that you can count over and count down, and you're not feeling like you could get completely off. So I just think they did a perfect job with it, and I love it. It is super fun. So that one was fun to work on this week. One of the nights I was tired, and but I really loved getting that finished. That made me feel like, oh, so cute. And that's what stitching can do to me. It's like, sometimes you're like, oh, life is whooping to me today. You know, your stitching can just kind of, oh, look what I did. You know, it can just really elevate your mood. And it's very calming, and I just find it very joyful. My sister and I were talking about this week, and she said, you know, it just makes me nervous. And I said, that's how Micah feels. Micah feels like it makes her nervous. She does not like doing it. She can crochet, but she doesn't even like to do it very much, but she can. She, for a while, was doing more of it, but it's still not, she'd rather read. She has a Instagram page, Bougie and Bookish. So if you're a big reader, she loves her some reading. And she is, has a little project going that she is going to buy one banned book a month. So she's like, because I want to be sure that even if later they add things back in, they may change it. They may change something in it. And so I am not having it. So I love that she's my little justice warrior. She wants it to be right. She wants it to just, everything so. She likes things in order. She likes, she definitely got the, she got the good brain, like her daddy has. She got the very organized brain, you know, like that. Now they all say that they do feel anxious. They all three say they feel anxious, but she likes it just like that. She's a rule follower. I mean, she likes people to follow the rules, and I'm not. And the boys are more like me. They're not. I don't know. I don't feel like James is a rule follower either. So I don't know where that came from. My daddy definitely is. He is very rule follows, safety, you know, all this. That's definitely his personality. But I didn't catch that bug. I don't know what I thought they were saying when they said, you know, pick up your rule following and safety brochure before you leave the building, because I definitely walked on by, left that thing laying. I didn't need that. Nope. That is definitely for somebody else and not for me. And I left it laying there. I did not get it. And it's not that I don't advocate cheating like that. I don't do so much games or anything like that. But my brain is always like, there's got to be a better way to do that. You should do it this way. Because my brain it just don't work like that. And so for me, you know, the way y'all doing this is all wrong. Y'all doing this 10 times hard. And, you know, I mean, and I'm sure I know the reason. You know, Daddy always says, finding one lazy man and 10 hard workers. Let the lazy man do it first, and he will show, then the other workers know, follow the lazy man, because he will find the easiest, fastest way to do it, and all the other people just get in line. There you go. Because I'm like, why are you doing this the hard way? Why? I don't know. Now, my friend Sarah is much better than me. She sees everything very, like, she sees how to cut out steps in things, you know, and she's caught me doing things where she was like, hey, why are you taking that? Why are you doing it that way? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just the way I do. And she said, well, if you take the case in point at the flower shop, you know, usually we'd be doing a couple of arrangements at a time. Whereas in Valentine's, you know, you're doing 10 million, right? And so, you know, I would usually fill up a couple of vases at a time and set them on my counter and, you know, start working my way through them. But, you know, she would say, look, take your whole, because literally I would have a whole box of vases to make, you know, more than that in a day. So she would say, take your whole box of vases over there and fill them all at one time. And then take, you know, just set it beside your workstation. But because on the day-to-day, I never have to do that on the normal thing. So that I just continue to do what I always do. But she, you know, her brain works like different. And so she was like, so she even has a better streamlined brain than, I mean, I was like, well, I don't know, Sari. I don't know why I do that. And she was like, well, don't. So, you know, it is what it is. But I did get, Patty sent me, I told her she was going to send me wagon wheels. And here are my 2 wagon wheels from Patty. Thank you, Patty Pan. And they came like super fast. She is so good. These colors are just beautiful. I love, love, love it. This is Dr. Maya Angelou by Christy Salty Stitcher. She has another Maya Angelou out now. I will probably move to it once I finish this one because I'm loving these. And like I said, last week I got her name in here. I started to just jump right here and put her dates in, but then I wanted to finish these words first. I didn't quite get them done. Why I didn't, I don't know, but I think I got to, I don't think I've got forget done. Yeah, I got to will, so I haven't got never forget how you made them feel. So that's what I lack in the words. And then I'll start on the flowers. So it is gorgeous. It is Ada friendly, absolutely. Nutcracker is also Ada friendly. I just have loved this. I only changed, instead of the pink, I changed mine to kind of a rusty color from the pink because I wanted to do peach for her, like a peachy color for her name and everything, because she would say that she always had a peaches and cream complexion, and Nova, her sister, and Nova's was always Rudy. She would not say ruddy. I always say ruddy, and maybe she's saying it right. I don't know, but like kind of reddish color, like R-U-D-D-Y. I always say ruddy. It's kind of a ruddy color, right? But she always called it Rudy. And she said Nova's was always Rudy, and she was always jealous of me about it. Oh, they would make me laugh. Oh, they would make me laugh. They could get at each other. I mean, man. And when they were wanting to get at each other, my mamaw would call her Nover instead of Nova. And she would call my grandma Never instead of Neva. And it was just one of those little things that when they were wanting to jab at each other, they knew. They knew that was one of those little that they could do. And something so tiny, but man, you could tell. You could tell, man, it lit them up when the other one did that. I don't know what in the world had ever happened to start that fire, but they were just about it. It was hilarious. So, I mean, you know how it is to have siblings. So that was one of their little things. So I'm sure there was a lot of, you know, girls are catty. So that's the reason, only reason I changed it from the pink, because the pink is beautiful, but I needed that peach to go in where her name was. And I didn't feel like the pink and the peach side by side would be what I wanted. So I changed it to kind of a rusty color, not quite Rudy, but rusty. And then everything else is the same except the letters. I changed them to brown because I'd added that rust in. So without further ado, here she is. So I just need never forget how you made them feel are the only words I have left. So they should go fast. And then I'll put Dr. Maya Angelou in back stitch under here. So it will be, I will put it right up and under here because I want to have these two little flowers here. And I think I can just squeeze it in right up under here, like that. So I will squeeze that in under there. And then I will have the other space to put their initials and the date they married, the date she passed, the date she was born, and the date she passed. And then all the kids' initials will just kind of be scattered in there. So that will be, I'll be so happy to have this one finished. I will love having it. I'm thinking about moving them in here and putting them around on this wall. They're in the office, but you know, we spend very little time in there. Very little. I mean, James Williams goes in there from time to time to do something on the computer. I go in there to weigh. For some reason, I put the scale in there in the corner. Well, it has to be on a surface that's hard. And I have to put it somewhere where James won't, you know, step on it by accident or run into it with his foot or anything. So our closet is carpeted. There's no easy place to put it in the bathroom that, you know, that it works. So the bedrooms, other bedrooms are carpeted. So the office was kind of the only option because you ain't wanting to put that in your kitchen or your mud room. So I may bring them in here, all my family samplers in here. So you may see that in the future. I had planned on having this changed to my Valentine's already, but it didn't happen. So, but I love her. Y'all should go get y'all one. She's fabulous. She has, I mean, she's so easy to see, easy to read. She's wonderful. So that has made me super happy. So I will hopefully make good progress on her this week. I didn't work on Santa's tree or on my specialty stitches this week. Neither one of those got any time, probably because I didn't have the bandwidth in my brain to do that. No surprises. Okay, now I did get some what's this, binoculars? Needle crafty haul that I will use as needle crafty. So, while I was over to the Dollar Tree, I found these right here. They look like this on the front. Okay. And I'm going to, I may or may not color that part, you know, paint it or whatever. But I'm going to, I think I have some little egg patterns in there somewhere. If not, I can just do some little designs on some fabric and make it this size and put it on this side. So then I don't have to finish the other side. You know, the other side will have the little egg on it, so it won't be super ugly to hang on my Easter tree. So I like that. And same thing with these. I'm just gonna paint the top part green and then put something on here like that. And then, you know, then I'll just have to paint the back on this one, but it is, or I can just wrap it around and then put fabric piece on the back, this shape, and not do the top, just leave the top, you know, like it is. So anyway, these are $1.25 and $1.25 for 10 and for 8. So, I just thought that would be fun. So, then I found this. And I checked, and these will fit on here, which also come from the Dollar Tree, but I didn't buy them there. If you want a foam core board to show on, but you don't feel like making 50 of them, they had these there. I guess it's like a little bulletin board, but it don't have anything to hang it on with. So I'm not sure, I don't know. I took the wrapping off, I don't remember what it said. But when I saw it, I immediately thought that it would work as a little, you know, like a show board. Let's see if we can grab this guy up. He's got too much crap going on with him. Let's see. Is there anybody in here? Anybody? Well, I guess it has to be him. But he has tons of stuff going on. Literally. Tons of stuff going on. But we can see that he can work. So if you want just a little board that you don't want to take the time to make, it's $1.25. So at the Dollar Tree, I saw this and thought, you know what, this will give me another small board. And then I got a piece of big foam core board over here as $1.25. And I'm going to make me 2 big boards out of it so that I have sufficient amount of boards to show things with. Now, question and comments. Lori said that good morning, Jonathan. Did I say that? Jonathan, I don't know. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Good morning, buddy. Yike, what's wrong with me? Lori said she loves L'Oreal 760 Sandstone and 625 Mystic Mauve by L'Oreal. So y'all can look for those. She says those are her go-tos and she loves them. And Carol, you thought of me, and I love that. That's so kind. And it will probably get here eventually, but even if it doesn't, that's so sweet. So sometimes things happen. I mean, after all, Micah had one of the few things I've ever had go missing, and only 1 or 2 charts have ever gone missing that I sent somebody. But other than that, the only thing that I know of was we bought 4 sets of Fiesta dishes for Micah when she and Justin were getting married. And they literally never turned up. And the post office said, it says they're here in the building, but we cannot find them. I'm like, dude, it's 4 boxes of dishes. And he said, yes, ma'am, I know. But we cannot find that it says they're here. We cannot find where they ever entered here. And we cannot find them inside here. So, I mean, they, I don't remember what they gave us or let know that they were, it seemed like they gave us something, a credit or something. And anyway, we just bought them again and had them sent to the store. And then we went and physically picked them up from the store. So sometimes weird things happen. It just does. Lori Miller, I think we need a retired Stitchers community. I think that's a great thing. Maybe if we just made it like kind of like a hostel or something. Maybe you wouldn't have to stay there all the time. But, you could come stay like camp. You could stay like 2 weeks. So it would be like a con, but it would just be all year long that people could come and go. That would be great. Here again, I'm an idea person, not a reality person. I don't do logistics. I just do notions. And Deb, hello. I'm so glad to hear from you. I am so behind on watching Floss Tubes too. It is nuts. I just don't get much time here by myself anymore. And that stinks because it makes me get behind on my Floss tube watching. And also, Wendy, I did not know, I don't know why I never thought of it, but I thought for some reason that Schoolhouse Rock just showed in America. I guess because it's one of the ones is I'm Just a Bill, right? And my lip is itching where that fever blister is getting well. I guess because I'm Just a Bill made me think that they were just, American. But she said they were in Canada too. That makes me super happy. I love when things are global. We had the Bishop of Kenya at church on Sunday. He gave a beautiful message. Of course, his voice was beautiful and amazing. And then he did the closing prayer in Swahili. And I could have cried. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And Debbie, yes, Blue Jays are incredibly aggressive. If my mind's working right, they're members of the Crow family. And they will get after you and get after, we've seen them get after hawks before. I mean, they don't care. They don't care. They're like what James Williams says to me, to the kids. Y'all know your mama ain't got sense, right? Your mama ain't got good sense because she will fight you. I will. If you trip that trigger, it don't matter if I'm gonna get whooped or not. I've been whooped before and it could happen again. But if that trigger trips, it's a bad time. It's a bad time. And Blue Jays, same way. Bam! It just, it's on. It's on. Me and the Blue Jays ain't got no sense. Kimberly, afternoon specials were fantastic. I have not thought about them in a long time. She said she used to rush home to watch the afternoon specials. And I'm sitting here trying to remember if Benji was one or if there was one about a dog that makes me think of Benji. But I know there was one about a mouse and maybe its name was Ben or a rat or a mouse or something. So somebody chime in on that. I will try to remember to Google it later because now it's on my brain. Carla wanted to know how we got Queso Pumpkinhead. Well, Queso Pumpkinhead had been in Jana's neighborhood, James Williams' sister, for a couple of months. And these people kept posting it on their neighborhood, page. And she texted me about it one day, and these people had wandered up at their house, and they had outdoor dogs, and they were feeding it and everything, but the outdoor dogs would get after it if they could, if they caught it down or wherever they could get after it. And so she said, we're feeding it, but I'm allergic, so we can't, have it in the house, so it has to stay outside, and our dogs, try to get after it. I'm afraid they're going to catch it someday. And then I'm going to be really horrified because it's really sweet. And she said, you need another cat. And I said, I'm pretty sure I don't. And so we talked about it, and she'd say something about it again. And she'd say, that cat, name it Queso, it still don't have a home. And I'm like, oh, Lord. And finally James said, and I said, I said something to him, and I said, maybe, Patty would act better if she had a friend. And he said, well, then go get the stupid cat. So, Jana contacted the lady and picked it up and took it to the vet. And then had it fixed and, all its shots and everything. And then brought it to us and we paid her, for what the vet, what it had at the vet. And because she has them done all the time. She, if she catches neighborhood cats out strays or whatever, feral cats and things, she'll, take them and have them fixed. Even if she just, gives them to somebody to have in the barn or whatever. So she gets a better rate than most folks. So she, went and had it done. We paid her for it and brought him here. And he and James, for some reason, clicked. Absolutely clicked. So now my husband, who's always thought all cats should work for NASA, and which means be on the moon, thinks he's a cat person, which is hilarious. And it'll sit by him or, get up next to him and stuff. And he'll just talk to it. And, oh, you're just scrounger, aren't you? Because, yeah, he ain't pretty. Or not to me. Because he's, that orange, yellow, and white with a pink nose. And I don't like that color combination. And then he has those yellow-orange eyes. That's not a good color for me. That's not a good color combination for me. And his front legs is short and bowed out. And his head was huge when he got here. Now his body has kind of filled out, so his head don't look so huge, but his legs is still short and all bowed out. I mean, him just ugly. So I say, oh, okay, so Pumpkinhead, you're so ugly. And he just purrs, you can say anything to him, they don't care. But, so he has been here. Now, it didn't help Patty now. Patty don't care. He wants to play with Patty, and she'll act like he's killing her. I had to call and change my doctor appointment on Wednesday. No, Tuesday when I got in from school. And, oh my Lord, they started, because he'll get after her and want to play with her, and she'll start, Rawr! Well, y'all heard him, 2 floss tubes back? It sounds horrible, like somebody's killing a cat. And I'm having to apologize to the lady. I'm sorry, my cats act like maniacs sometimes. And she's going, oh, it's okay. And I'm thinking, no, it ain't. I bet you're dialing the SPCA on the other line, because it sounds like somebody's killing the cats back here. I was dying, but that's how we ended up with him. And he's hilarious and eats like a machine. And I guess, he's always been probably kind of hungry. We figured he must have, they said he just wandered up to their house when he was pretty small. And the vet said he thought he was about 8 months old. So he basically wandered up to their house when he was pretty little. And so we don't know if the mama got killed and, he just started walking and, whatever, or what, because they said he literally just wandered up at their house. And there was no other cat around at that time. So he came here, and then the other cat that kept showing up here and kept trying to run in the house and everything. I think I told y'all about that. Big gray white kitty. But one of the nights it was so cold, James said, do you want me to let him in? And because he'd ran past him, and he said, you want me to leave him in? And I said, no, he's an unfixed male. And he said, well, what does that matter? I said, because he's fixing to spray on something. And he said, what do you mean? And before I could get over there to pick him up, he starts backing up to the armoire. And I'm like, no. And I grabbed him up, and I said, we'll just have to put him in the garage tonight. He would just have to stay in the garage. It's warmer than out nowhere, right? I'll just put an extra litter box out there, and, he'll just have to stay. And I went over and cleaned off the armoire to be sure there was nothing on there. But we're assuming he's a stray because he has been fixed, right? So I kept trying to catch him to take him to the pound. I called them about him. They wouldn't come get him because it was icy. Then I couldn't catch him and take him because it was a Saturday or Sunday. And then it was, what was the other thing? They're only open Monday through Friday. So I couldn't catch him on a Saturday. I couldn't catch him on a Friday, Saturday. Friday or Saturday was when I couldn't catch him. And so there were all these deterrents to catching him. And, if it was bad weather, they weren't open. So, we've been having cold weather, so they weren't going to be. I was like, good Lord. So I finally caught him and took him down there. And I said, I hate to do this, but we can't keep him. And I'm afraid the coyotes are going to get him. 2 houses down from me, they don't have a fence like mine. They just have the barbed wire. They use the cow fence as their back fence. And so the coyotes can get through their fence. So they had the coyotes in their house, and they'd come through to the front yard last week. And so I was like, man, if I go out and see that cat shredded, I'm probably gonna die. I'll probably just fall dead in the yard. It'll make me so sad, and I'll feel so guilty about it. And or if I find it frozen, you know, I can't deal with suffering. Okay, if I have to, you know, if the cat has to be killed, I will do that before I watch it suffer. Okay, I cannot watch suffering. So caught it and took it down there and told him I was sorry. And I assumed it was, you know, nobody since it wasn't fixed, but it was super sweet, and it ran right in the house, and it would let you pet it. So I'm like, I'm very confused. I don't know. The next day, somebody came and claimed that cat and said they had been posting all over their neighborhood looking for him. So I guess because I'd put all in our neighborhood Facebook group and stuff. So I guess they don't live in our neighborhood. So I'm assuming maybe at New Year's, the fireworks or something freaked him out, and he run off and then just hadn't gone back. But how are you gonna tell me you love a cat enough to come to the pound and say you've been looking for it, but you don't have it fixed? Because it's going to continue to go off even if it ain't scared by fireworks when it ain't fixed. I think they say they'll travel 2 or 3 miles if they ain't fixed to get some. So I was flabbergasted. Yeah. So we've had that cat excitement too. Charles laughed at my grape juice, okay? He said that he thinks I should drink cranberry juice if I was going to drink juice, but it was all just sugar water anyway, that we should all get this kind of tea. LUANGUAPIANT. He says it's very good for your gut, so I'm going to look for some at the store this week. So I will be looking for some of that, Charles. But yeah, he laughed at my grape juice, but I'm telling you, people swear by it, and I've been doing it, and it has been working ever since I went to work there. And yeah, he said he was a funkle because he was so fun. He doesn't have kids, but he's an uncle, and he said he was so fun, so he was funkle. And that's funny. Catchy has a gunkle. And he talks about, you know, when we're playing and things, he regularly talks about gunkle. He loves gunkle, and we all love gunkle. Gunkle is precious. So I think any person can be important in a kid's life. One of his nieces told him that she became an artist because he used to draw, and Charles is a fabulous artist, draw with her and sculpt funny things with her when he was little. And she remembered how much joy that brought her. And she decided to become an artist and art teacher so that she could share that joy with other kids. And I love that. And we don't realize how much or how we impact kids and how they remember that. And we need to remember that on a level, both good and bad, because it can be either way, right? We did learn last week that don't stop and quit. That was in our program last week that we learned. We always have some kind of learning thing in our in-service that kids focus on action words, and adults do too. But they said, so like really the worst words we ever use are don't stop and quit. You just need to don't use those anymore, because the action word is what people focus on, especially children. So if you say, don't hit your brother, they don't hear the don't, they only hear hit. So all you're doing is making hit, circle in their brain. So instead of, saying don't hit your brother, we could say, we only use kind hands on each other. you know, don't run, don't push your friends in class. We don't push in front of our friends and get in line. We know where our place is in line, and that's where we need to get, okay? And I never had thought about it, but they said the kids don't stop or quit, and that really adults don't pay attention to that much either. And that just that action word, whatever the action is you're putting behind don't stop or quit, those are gone, and that they just hear the action word. That action word is just starting its circling when you say that. So I found that interesting. So I've been trying to do that and keep that in my brain. And Charles, I want to use this because, I loved seeing my grandma's name, and I loved when I heard her name again. So I'm going to say Charles' grandma. Charles' grandma was Marie, and I'm sure going to say her name wrong, Montalto. And she passed away 3 days before her 100 years birthday, and they had her service on her 100 years birthday. And that she used to send them a stick of gum in their birthday cards when they were kids, and that they loved it. They loved it. Sometimes it'd be, one of the double mints or those. Sometimes it'd be fruit stripe. I used to love me some fruit stripe gum like a fool. Man, I loved fruit stripe gum. Oh my gosh. My granny always had either double mint in her purse or the green one. The yellow one is double mint, and the green one was it spearmint? She had either the yellow or the green in there all the time. But she would send them one in their birthday card, a stick of gum, and they just loved it. And he mentioned to her when he was grown how much he loved when they would get that and how much that meant to them. And then she started sending them a stick of gum again. That's going to make me cry. And I love that. I love that you told her how much that meant. And I love that she loved that and realized how special that was and respected that and said, you know what, I didn't realize that was important, but you're important, and I'm starting that up again. I love that. That made me so happy to read that today. And Char, I can't believe the bunnies come onto your porch to eat out of your flower pots. I have bunnies in the yard, but they've never, and I'm sitting here thinking most of my pots are up taller than, there are a few that are down where if a bunny stood on its feet, it could eat them. But they come up in the yard. I mean, we see them a lot, but they have never come that I've seen, and our cameras would go off and eat out of my flower pots. That's hilarious. I mean, I was like, what? That really struck me as crazy. So you've got them bold bunnies, real bold. And then before I forget, shares from last week. Okay, we've got, I need to go the right way. Spring Fling. I can never figure out which way to turn this one. Spring Fling goes to Raven 61362, and I love your profile pic. Raven 61362. Rabbit here. This one is these are adorable, all adorable. Rabbit goes to A Prater 00. A Prater 00. I used to have such a crush on a boy at our school. His name was Prather, though, with an H. I thought he was the most handsome guy on the planet. Home goes to Deb Morrison 6846. Deb Morrison 6846. And Bluebird goes to Kimberly Smith DH7KC. And I think, did I get everybody from the weeks before? We heard from everybody? Let's see. Oh, well, let's see here. Have I got a few in here? Hang on. Did I forget to announce one day? What's happening here? Did I not? Okay, I think I announced these. Oh, maybe because I didn't do my mail this week. Okay, that's what's going on because I haven't done mail yet. So I'll go over these again just in case you didn't hear it. But to be sure y'all, these are gonna go. Okay, top hat. I think this is the right order. Anita Phelps, 8663. Snowman is Gina Cates, 6110. January, Char J 57. And Birds is Elaine Conatzer, 851. And then, okay, the only other one looks like still hanging out is Blue Jay. Blue Jay is Bailey Beans 1. Bailey Beans 1. So those are all, and I will get last week's mailed out. And so then this week's are going to be, and will y'all please check and be sure you're subscribed and subscribe and like the video and just comment using the keyword. But I don't know, I've been stuck at like 7.5 thousand subscribers for like ever. So I don't know what's going on with that. So will you please check? I don't know. It's been forever that it's sitting at that point. And I mean, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, but it just seems odd that it hasn't moved. So this week's shares are, oh, these are all so cute. Married to, use the word Mary, M-E-R-R-Y, Mary. I love these. The next one is Betsy's Autumn. Betsy's Autumn. Use the word autumn as your keyword. Welcome All Hearts Home. Well, it's another one. I don't know which way to turn this because it is so cute. Use the keyword welcome if you're interested in this share. And then Home of a Needleworker. So cute. And use the word home. I love that cherry tree. So adorable. Home of a Needleworker. So adorable. And I just ran on forever today, y'all. This may take just like a million years to upload. So I will jump off of here. Have a happy Friday and a great weekend and enjoy your stitching. Bye.